Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. In this audio training program, we're going to take a deep dive into predicates. In Neuro Linguistic programming, just remember, language is our middle name, and our language determines our results. It determines the results we have with others, and it determines the results we have internally. Remember, your language is internal communication. The way that we label our experience determines our internal representation. It determines how we feel. It determines our physiology. And ultimately, it determines the actions that we do and don't take. So when we're communicating with ourselves, it's very important that we become aware of the predicates that we use and that we don't use. Sometimes you have a full picture of what you want to achieve, but the sounds aren't there. Sometimes you can't get a grasp of what you want, although you can think about it. And so as we communicate with ourselves, we have to make sure that we have a full visual, a full auditory, a full kinesthetic, and a great label on this internal representation. When we do that, we're far more effective. Now, in today's training, what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use predicates effectively. So on page 19 of your NLP Practitioner Training Manual, there's a whole list of predicates: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and unspecified. And what you want to be able to do today is to become consciously aware of these predicates and learn how to say the same thing differently. Imagine that. You're going to learn to say the same thing differently. Why is that important? Well, it's important so you can calibrate on your experience more effectively. And so when you calibrate on a past experience and a current experience, you can see what it looks like. You can understand what it sounds like. You can get a true representation of the feeling, and you can also label it and make sense of it. That's important. However, when you're communicating to other people, not everybody is visual. Some people are more auditory. And if you use too many visual predicates with an auditory person, they won't see what you're saying, and they won't hear it either. And so for them, the communication will become redundant, they'll be confused, and then when people feel confused, they want to run. And so when you can say the same thing in 4 different predicate styles, you'll become one of the top communicators in your field. So following through on page 19, I'm going to give you an example here of how to say the same thing differently. When you can say the same thing differently, you can be a master communicator to all styles. So let's begin. I can see the car. I can hear the car. I can feel the car. I can sense the car. So we've used all 4 predicate patterns here: see, hear, feel, sense. And it's the same sentence. I can see the car. I can hear the car. I can feel the car. I can sense the car. And what your job is to do as you become more consciously aware of these predicates and you move towards mastery is to be able to say the same thing differently. And when you can do that, you'll have superior results. Here's some additional examples. Can you look towards the car? Can you listen out for the car? Can you touch the car? Can you experience the car? And what you'll begin to notice your preferred predicate. Maybe it's, can you look at the car? Maybe it's, can you listen out for the car? It could be, can you touch the car? Or it could be, can you experience the car? Which one stands out to you? Next, what is the view from over there? What does it sound like from over there? What is the grip you've got over there? What is the thought over there? Notice how it's the same thing, different. What is the view from over there? What are the sounds from over there? What is the grip over there? What are the thoughts over there? Again, let me show you the way. Let me tell you the way to go. Let's get a feel of the way to go. Let me describe the way to go. Again, has it dawned on you yet? Has it rang a bell with you yet? Has it touched you yet? Has it made sense to you yet? Let's go again. My goal is hazy. My goal is questionable. My goal has slipped out from under me. My goal is not motivating. And so, as you listen through these sentence patterns, it is the same thing said differently. It is the same sentence, yet it has been designed specifically for a visual, an auditory, a kinesthetic, or an unspecified person. Now remember, there's 4 stages of learning. The first stage is unconscious incompetence. You've already passed that. The second stage is conscious incompetence. This is where you go, wow, this is new stuff and I don't know how to use it yet. So you're moving from stage 2 to stage 3. And as you practice this, you'll move into stage 3 really quickly. And what I want you to do today is to take your list of predicate patterns and write down a sentence. And I want you to say the same sentence differently. And I want you to make it specific and to apply to a visual, an auditory, a kinesthetic, or an unspecified person. And as you do this, you'll move from conscious competence, and eventually with practice, you'll move through to unconscious competence. And that's where you can say any sentence for any preferred representational system at any time, day or night. You might even get good at this in your sleep. So go ahead, apply this now, and leave a comment below and tell me what did you learn, what you've taken away, and what you're going to do differently. Wherever you are, I'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Hopefully you reach out and say, Daniel, I really tapped into something here and it made a lot of sense. Wherever you are, have a wonderful day. Ciao for now.